Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live to 100 years old? There have been some great actors in Hollywood who reached that feat, and upon their passing, they were remembered as some of the great icons in cinema. Join Facts First to learn about some of the great old Hollywood actors who lived to be 100 years old. Bruce Bennett. Bruce Bennett was born as Harold Herman Bricks on May 19, 1906 in Tacoma, Washington. He began his career as an athlete and even made it to the Olympics competing in the shot put. As he grew up, the film industry was becoming more popular, and he began his film career in the 1920s. His first appearance was going to be as Tarzan in the film series made by Paramount, which likely would have become one of his best-known roles. But it was not meant to be. He injured his shoulder and lost the role to Johnny Weissmuller. Throughout the 1930s, he appeared in a few small, uncredited roles and struggled to become a well-known actor. He began landing supporting and lead roles in the mid-30s and was credited as Herman Bricks. It wasn't until the 1939 film My Son is Guilty when he was credited as Bruce Bennett. Throughout the 40s and 50s, he became a leading man in many major Hollywood films and B-movies. In the 60s, he appeared in TV series and TV movies. His final role was in a 1980 Dutch film called Let the Doctor Shove. Bruce Bennett is remembered as one of the most versatile actors of his generation and one of the stars of early Hollywood. He died exactly at the age of 100 on February 24, 2007 in Santa Monica. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Nehemiah Persoff. Nehemiah Persoff was born in Jerusalem, August 2, 1919. He and his family later emigrated to the U.S., where he grew up. He first lived in Brooklyn and then later in the Bronx. He served in the U.S. Army during the Second World War and was part of the acting company in the armed forces, entertaining the troops at various bases. Upon returning from the armed forces, he decided to pursue a career in acting. He was accepted into the actor's studio in the late 40s and began to learn his craft from there. He began his acting career in the late 40s, but it was in the 50s that his career took off. He played the taxi driver in the famous scene in On the Waterfront, where Marlon Brando states he could have been a contender. His notable film roles were in films like The Harder They Fall, The Wrong Man, Some Like It Hot, The Greatest Story Ever Told, The Last Temptation of Christ, and Twins. He also had a few TV appearances in shows like Gunsmoke and Little House on the Prairie. His final role was in the TV miniseries Angels in America. He died at age 102 on April 5, 2022. Norman Lloyd. Norman Nathan Perlmutter was born November 8, 1914 in Jersey City. While his parents weren't from a showbiz family, his mother had an interest in theater and took young Norman to shows. This sparked his interest in acting and made him decide to pursue a career in showbiz. He began taking acting, singing, and dancing lessons as a child, and this continued well into his teens. As a child performer, he often performed in vaudeville shows. In the 30s, he became a theater actor and appeared in plays like Gods of the Lightning, Noah, and The Crime. In the 1940s, he also began a long-term career as a radio actor during the golden age of radio. He also began his film career around this time, and the timing couldn't have been better. His first role was Major Frank Fry in Alfred Hitchcock's film Saboteur. His other major film roles were in films like The Southerner, The Green Years, The Black Book, The Nude Bomb, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, and In Her Shoes. He also appeared in a documentary about his life and career in 2007. He had a prolific career in television, appearing in shows such as Alfred Hitchcock Presents, General Electric Theater, Wise Guy, Wings, and Modern Family. He died on May 11, 2021, at age 106. Bob Hope. Bob Hope was born May 29, 1903 in London. His parents were both British, and he later naturalized as an American citizen when he moved to the USA. He began his showbiz career as an adolescent, working as a busker on the streets of London. His acting career began in the 30s. One of his first successes was the film The Big Broadcast of 1938, in which he starred alongside W.C. Fields. His other popular film roles were in Never Say Die, Some Like It Hot, Road to Zanzibar, The Story of G.I. Joe, Cancel My Reservation, and A Masterpiece of Murder, among many others. Without a doubt, Bob Hope is remembered as an icon of American entertainment despite his British origins. He was especially an icon of comedy and is remembered as such. And he died at the age of 100 on July 27, 2003 in L.A. Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas was born as Isser Janjelovich on December 9, 1916 in Amsterdam, New York. He eventually changed his name to Kirk Douglas before joining the Army. In the 1940s, upon his return from military service, he began his career in acting, appearing mostly in commercials and radio spots. He also began his acting career during Hollywood's golden age, starting with supporting roles before graduating to leads. By the time the 50s rolled around, he became one of the most well-known actors of his generations. His great roles around this time included roles in films such as The Glass Menagerie, Ace in the Hole, The Bad and the Beautiful, The Indian Fighter, Is Paris Burning, Spartacus, and Greedy. He, of course, became the patriarch of the Douglas family, one of Hollywood's most well-known acting families. Kirk is remembered as an icon of Hollywood who had a rather fast rise, and deservedly so. He died February 5, 2020, at the age of 103. Herb Jeffries. Herb Jeffries was born September 24, 1913, in Detroit, Michigan. Coming from a musical town, he developed an interest in singing from a young age. He began performing at various nightclubs starting from the age of 19. As a young mixed-race man, he experienced racism and had to deal with the harsh Jim Crow laws when he toured the South. This inspired him to work in cinema, which was a more powerful medium with a wider reach. In 1937, he appeared in Harlem on the Prairie, giving us one of the first examples of a non-white cowboy who served as an icon for minorities in the U.S. His other films included Two Gun Man from Harlem, Harlem Rides the Range, Calypso Joe, and Portrait of a Hitman. His movie career was short-lived, but he made an impact, as he did with his jazz recordings. He died May 25, 2014, at age 100. Frank M. Thomas. Frank Marion Thomas was born July 13, 1889, in St. Joseph, Missouri. He began his acting career on Broadway in the 1910s, but he's best known for his prolific film career from the 1930s to 70s. His notable films include The Big Game, Breakfast for Two, The Big Shot, Bringing Up Baby, A Shot in the Dark, and The Killing of a Chinese Bookie. He died November 25, 1999, at age 100. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you a fan of any of these old Hollywood actors? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. By the way, if you haven't joined Facts First as a member yet, be sure to look below this video and click the join button. By becoming a paid member of Facts First, you'll get access to exclusive video content that you won't find anywhere else. This includes some of our more mature content that isn't suitable for public audiences, which includes topics like Hollywood actresses who posed for Playboy and some of the steamiest moments in movie history. Plus, you can enjoy these videos completely ad-free. Our biggest fans will notice they also get badges next to their name when they leave comments on our videos. We pay special attention to comments from our members, and so do other viewers. So if you want exclusive content from Facts First or inside access to discussions with other community members, click the join button to get started for just $4.99.